Well, good morning, amigos. It's a little after 8 o'clock. I don't know, 10 after, quarter after, somewhere in there. We're getting ready to head to the racetrack. Yeah, the sky's all dark and gray over that way, and it has sprinkled here a little this morning, as you can see by the windshield of the truck. But we're 40 miles from the racetrack, and I've watched the radar a couple of times, and they haven't gotten anything, and it's not supposed to rain today. So we're going to head to the racetrack. We have buyback money along. We have not done anything to the motor since our keyless trip last week. So the timing is still set based off of the 10 degree, what I thought was 0, actually being 10. So it should have about 28 degrees in it. No, I haven't verified top dead center yet because I'm lazy. Set valve lash. So we done those two things before last week. This week I readjusted the brakes, rear brakes. Put a little more bite in them because they were pretty loose, so I adjusted them a little tighter. It also looked like the driver's side wheel cylinder, only one side was working, so we got that freed up. So both sides are working now, so hopefully we'll be able to hold it on the line a little better. But I'm not going to do too much talking because I think y'all don't like that, so we're going to fire this thing up, hit the road, stop at the grocery store and pick up some snacks, and head to the racetrack. Talk to you later. All right, as you can see, we made it. We're going up for our first run. They're actually starting on time, which is surprising. I realized my other phone did not charge near as much as I thought it would, so we might need to try and find a charger. I don't want to turn my generator on. Anyway, I'm gonna head on up here and see what the hell this thing will do. See you in a bit. My light was garbage, but it just ran a 1/10 quicker. So maybe we'll change spacer now because it kind of coughed a little when I hit it. Anyway, all right. I'm a happy camper. Like it. Well, we should be going soon. They had an oil down and then somebody broke the rear end. And they're just finishing up now the index classes, and then I guess we're going to be next up. So I took my 3/4 inch open spacer off and put a 1-inch 4-hole on it because, well, you know, I watched Engine Masters and they picked up power with a 4-hole on a dual plane over a open spacer. So of course, you know, let's change something in time runs. I mean, it's time runs. It's what we're here for. So anyway, whatever it does is what it's going to do, and we're just going to leave it that way for the first round so that we can go back-to-back passes. But we will be back in a bit. So I checked the air before we went up, and it was 300 feet worse maybe, and we just went 768 with a 1, and we went 767 with a 5, so we only slowed down. We didn't even slow down a whole number. 60 foot picked up from a 166.0 to a 165.0. It definitely whacked the tires harder. I could feel it. 490 with a 9, 490 with an 8. So it was a hair quicker at half track, 88.2, 88.4. So it actually popped one time. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on the video or not, but I'm all right with it. We're just going to roll with it at this point. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so here we go. First round. Just left everything alone. We went 68 with a 1. It's probably going to go 69. The air's gotten a little worse, but we got 68 on it so we can run it out. We're not used to having to judge people going this slow. So here we go. Let's see which wind light we can turn on. Got a 50-50 shot that it'll be in my lane. See you in a bit. All right, got a white time slip. He red lit, which I honestly did not even see. So I lifted right at the stripe. All right, so my last pass I went 165.0, 60 foot, and we went 164.7 there. 490. Yeah, that was pretty much wide open. All right, we need to dial it up one. All right, we had a 20 light. That'll work. Here we go, second round. Probably gonna dial it to 69 because that's what it ran last pass, and see if we can do this again. Say I would have got there first, but I killed 3 miles an hour and he got there first by 0.25. I was probably fixing to go dead on, but I was 76, so I was kind of screwed from the get-go. He was 47. Man, I got to figure out how to cut a light consistently if I'm going to do this very much. The 70s, 60s and 70s ain't going to cut it. But anyway, the car ran quicker, nothing broke. It drove up on the trailer under its own power. It ran quicker. Nothing broke. I said that already. So we're gonna go home. See ya. Alright, so let's wrap this up. It was a pretty good day. I mean, what the hell? We didn't have to buy back. The car's consistent. It drove up on the trailer under its own power. It's a 1/10 quicker than it was last week. And we found out we are still 60 to 70 if we hit it where it feels comfortable. So what's that mean? That means we come back next time, maybe next week, we need to lower the launch RPM, 400 or 500 RPM, and hopefully it'll leave clean from there, and go in deep. Because where it's comfortable, I am 60 and 70. The one pass where I was 20, when I smacked it, I thought, oh God, it's red. I mean, I thought for sure it was going red. And that's not comfortable. So, I think they're racing up here again next week. We had talked about going to Farmington, we as in me, to run their big foot brake race. Well, if Roxborough is running next week, that's probably where I'll go, because it's half as much the entry fee, and it's almost a little more than half, a little more than half the length of time to get there. Hour and a half to get to Farmington, 45-50 minutes to get to Roxborough. And let's be honest, in a $5,000 to win foot brake race, there's going to be a bunch of guys there that are really good, which means my chance of winning that race is about the same as the chance I would have at putting out a forest fire about peeing on it. It ain't going to happen. So we'll go where we can get the most passes. We'll get 2 time runs at Roxborough. We'd only get 1 at Farmington. If we lose first round at Roxborough, it's $30 to buy back. Lose first round at Farmington, it's probably $70. Just makes more sense to go to Roxborough. So that's probably what we'll do. We'll go up there, we'll put it in deep, and we'll see what happens. I mean, the car runs good. I still can't judge a finish line worth of shit. I killed 3 mile an hour in the second round, and the man in the other lane, I looked, I'd run him in the time run. He killed like 3 mile an hour as well. He run 2 numbers over. I ran 1 number over. I was probably fixing to go dead on, low dead on. All right, need to interrupt myself here. Where I lifted would have been perfect, would have been just about right for a car running 20 mile an hour faster. In other words, my top car. Still trying to get used to this slow car life. So that said, I was not fixing to go dead on. Based off of the half track time and the incrementals, I did some math this morning. Based off of those 2 things, I was fixing to break out by a couple of numbers. And I don't mean a couple of thou either. I mean like almost 200s. So yeah, we need to try and kill ET later because we're going slower. And I think my normal 2 mile per hour equals 1 number for the top car is not accurate for this, just because it's going so much slower. Anyway, back to where we were. Like with a 2 or a 3, or maybe even under by a couple of thou. He was probably going dead on, or maybe under a little bit. But you know, he had me by 300ths at the tree, so he had a lot of room. And we got to do something about that. Got to see if we can figure that. We need a crash course in foot brake racing, and we need to figure this shit out, and we need to figure it out now. Not in 40 or 50 passes. Anyway, it was a good day. Talked to a couple of folks that said they watched the videos and they enjoyed it, and I enjoy that. That's cool. I like hearing people that actually, I like meeting people that actually watch the videos and enjoy them. Because sometimes I watch them and I think, man, this is just kind of mediocre. Because there's too much talking, you know, like all of this that's going on right now. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up and head on home and figure out what we're gonna do for supper. It might be a carry-out pizza kind of night. It sounds kind of good to me. We didn't spend $30 on a buyback, so we could spend $30 on pizza. Man, I think I got a plan.